This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
It was a wild ride today's show. A wild ride because there was some technical difficulties that sort of interrupted the flow of the show for just an hour.
Yeah, everything was going bananas. So our boss, Dave, he comes in. He's just flat as all get up that things are working properly. Dave. It wasn't you've had a week.
It's not been a great week. Just really wrapped it up.
And in the middle of it, Nathan left because he had to go because his NBN guy was coming. So it's just like, he left just as everything fell apart. It was like, good timing.
Hey, did you start yelling at people? Or, because we're in the studio, but were you behind the scenes? Were you getting fired up?
Robust conversation.
Have there been any official complaints filed about you yet? It's only a matter of time. Don't accept any calls from HR today, okay?
Sorry, really busy.
Just so you know. We did have a great time, though. Merrick Watts dropped by.
He was so good.
Yeah, he's a ripping bloke, isn't he?
Yeah, we talked about him, actually, how good he looked, and he really did look sharp as all get up. He's wearing a bloody suit in here. It's breakfast radio time.
He has the best skin. He's older than you, Sean.
Yeah, I know.
His skin's amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Mate, I live a stressful life. I'm married.
So is he. And he's got kids.
Damn it.
Also, our favourite astronaut, Australia's first female astronaut, Katherine Bennell-Pegg, dropped by.
I think you'll hear the excitement in our voices.
Yeah.
We also caught up with Costa Georgiadis.
Yeah.
I talked to him about gardening.
Didn't we just? And also, we'll put in Elijah, who is in Year 9, and his special subject was maths. All week we've had adults taking on kids in their special field. And, see who won.
Yeah. Nathan.
My world's amazing.
Nat.
It's not crazy.
And Sean.
No, that's definitely not crazy.
Nova 937.
It's 6:05. Nathan, Nat and Sean. Happy Friday!
Yeah, get around it!
To celebrate today, we've jammed everything into one show.
All of it.
Everything that you can imagine, plus some.
So we've got Australia's first female astronaut, Katherine Bennell-Pegg, will be joining us in the studio live from 7 to 7:30.
I mean, that's amazing.
What's
but what if we want to go gardening? We've got Costa Georgiadis.
Costa Georgiadis.
I know, how
Good
good's
name,
that?
one.
Merrick
Harry.
Watts is joining us. Sorry.
Merrick Watts, a bit later on now.
Harry just played a sound
that a
effect.
fart
What
noise?
was that?
Well, it sounded like that. This is a squeeze sound effect.
Oh, we're squeezing a lot of it in the show.
Wow, okay.
Hey, how about a heads up?
I'm on here.
Some great work.
Yeah, but if you
big
tell
fella.
us before, we can all play with game with it. We can all,
And if you want to win something, well, this is the show to do it.
Well, shortly we're playing a round of smooth porkers where you just have to pick who's telling the truth
Yep.
out of a bunch of liars.
After 7:30.
And there's $1,000 up for grabs.
I know.
How good's
After
that?
7:30, another $1,000 up for grabs if you can take on a child and beat them in their chosen field of expertise.
It's
That's
2-2
awesome.
between the kids and the adults, so this will be the ultimate decider.
And we're going to give you the final opportunity in our breakfast show, that is, for cash, car and a star. Are we speaking to a special guest, by the way? I don't want to give...
We are.
We are. Okay, you want to go anywhere?
Yes.
Oh, this is big.
Yes.
I won't be here for that.
Oh, Nathan.
Oh, no, I'll have to be on the phone. Because I'm
No,
leaving.
you've
I'm
made the
cutting
choice.
out early today because I'm getting the MPM put on in my house and I've got to be home
It's a
before.
big week for us having...
I've got to be home by 8 a.m.
Do they give you the heads? Have they narrowed it down?
No. Sean, this
Can
is
you
the thing. Can I
contact
just
them?
say this is the thing that enrages me the most
no,
about
no.
this? I'm going on
Well,
a bit
this
of a
is
rant.
everything.
My housemate Marnie, right? Basically my housemate. My next door neighbour Marnie, she has decided to get the MB on as well because both of us were through Optus and we had broadband. And because our place is up quite high, we always had, a really, really great service. But anyway, it's been very, very glitchy of late, so we thought, I'm getting rid of this.
NBN.
So I ordered my NBN 6 days ago, right? My modem still isn't here. She ordered hers not yesterday, the day before. Her modem arrived yesterday.
Well, you're going to have to take hers.
My modem's still in New South Wales. I'm getting my internet put on today.
You won't have a modem?
modemless. And I've not complained about this at all. And this is huge for everyone listening. I have not been able to stream for a week and a half.
Whoa!
Surely you're just using your mobile data, right?
I've noticed there's a little bit more colour on your
I
face
decided,
because you've
you
been
know what,
getting out.
Natalie? Yeah, you know what, Nat? I thought, no, I'm just going to let it go. And I didn't, and I've not streamed anything.
How do you do that?
What are you doing? Just sleeping
I'm
or
just
something?
wandering around the streets, just trying to look into other people's houses and see what they're watching on
he's
Netflix.
seen the outdoors. Whatever next?
I heard a rumour that over the road they're watching something on Prime.
Emily in
And then
Paris.
I'll just go through the hedges and I'm just like sneaking a look.
That's not creepy at all.
Mayor of Kingstown.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know, Sean.
Jeez, I can't even talk to you about this.
Wouldn't know.
And so it won't be resolved today because you won't have a modem.
It better arrive here. But it keeps saying it's the tracking. It keeps saying it's in New South Wales. It's in New South Wales for 2
When's
days.
Marnie having hers fitted?
Next week.
Well, you take hers.
But
and
aren't
she
they
can have yours.
aren't they yours? Aren't they specifically?
No, I think once you configure it, you can have hers and she can have
I don't
yours.
know what the world is.
Just take it.
Nah, just take
What
Marnie's.
I'm just saying. Yeah, just take Marnie's.
What's she going to do?
Obvious solution.
Exactly.
Righto, we better bang into it.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Smooth.
Just kind of act cool, you know?
Porkers.
Not cool.
Nathan, Nat and Sean can be awkward, but are definitely not porkward. Avoid porkwardness and serve up quality WA pork, Linley Valley pork from your local independent supermarket.
All right, we're about to play a round of Smooth Porkers. We're all going to tell you a story about a particular item, but only one of us will be telling the truth. If you can sniff out who's the truth teller, $1,000 from Linley Valley Pork is up for grabs.
Well, Dave's in Belmont. Dave, good morning to you, my friend.
Good morning, guys. How are we this fine morning?
Great,
Dave.
About Friday.
Dave, I feel like I'm in the mood to tell the truth.
Oh, that's a nice start then,
I'm just
Nathaniel.
saying, Dave, how are you with liars in your life? Do you have a lot of liars around you?
I think everybody has a lot of lies in their life, don't they?
That's right, Dave.
Yeah.
Can you sniff a lie out a mile away?
I can sniff anything out.
Hey, he's like a bee. He's part beagle.
Oh,
All right, Dave, let me tell you, I'm going to go first today. The item that we're talking about today it's about the size of a business card, and it is a Paris 2024 Olympic fridge magnet. It's black with the logo is blue and white.
Yes.
Okay, now this is mine, Dave.
Okay.
Because if you'll recall, I went, I know the Olympics just happened a couple of weeks ago, but I went on holidays to Switzerland in April. And while I was there, I had a spare day when I was staying in Montreux. So I caught the train to Lausanne, which is a beautiful city, but it's also where there's an Olympic museum. And I went there, and in the gift shop, I don't know why, you could buy Olympic things before the Olympics. But
Yeah, it sounds real.
So I
Things before the
So I
Olympics.
bought this, and then I actually left it in. I'd borrowed a suitcase off my friend who lives in Switzerland, and I'd left it in one of the pockets.
Oh, no.
And she was just here 2 weeks ago, and she brought it back for me.
isn't that
And
convenient?
said, "Here is your fridge magnet that you left in my suitcase." So now I have a Paris 2024 fridge magnet.
That's amazing. Pass it over here.
Oh, get real.
That's a lot of details.
Hey,
Well-
you want to go?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going to end this. This is pretty simple. I literally tell you, Dave, 3 days ago, I got out of my car at Coles Inglewood, right? I looked down there next to this magnet on the ground, which I picked up and now brought into work because I knew I had this thing on, was this, and it was just like a busted balloon.
Bullshit.
The balloon was red. That's the details I got. Red balloon. This is on the ground. It was in the car park. I have no care for it. I don't even want it. I just brought it in for this game because I knew it was happening. The end.
The end. Thanks for throwing it over, Dave. As you know, last week we had Book Week. Matt Wern was with us, the gold medalist from the Games, 2 times gold medalist, in fact, and he was showing the kids all the gold medal out there. He brought this along. I was sitting next to him at the end, and I just said, I asked him what it was, first of all, because it looks like a credit card on the back. It's got all these details. And he said, yeah, no, you can have it. I've got a couple of them.
The only thing that's
Book Week, cute old primary school. Last week, it's mine.
The only thing true about that story, is
I'm riding a skateboard?
is you asking for something for free. That is the only true part of that.
You fell out.
Right, Dave, you've heard our
What's a red
stories.
balloon?
Don't fall on the floor. It was on the ground.
Red
It wasn't
balloon?
mine. I busted a red balloon on the string. Right next to... I don't need to give it details.
Hey, Dave.
Sorry, you missed out the
Sean?
point. You were flying a kite as well.
Let Dave ask a question. Hello, Dave. You can ask a question of one of us if you want to clarify any detail.
I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Do
Of
you?
course you do.
Yeah. It's Sean.
You think Sean is telling the truth?
And why is that plausible, Dave? Because it makes sense to me.
Because I've got faith in Sean.
Do
well,
ya?
Thank you, David.
Dave,
Belmont.
Do you
That's
wanna-
Tudale's very close.
That's the biggest mistake you've made today.
Sean, do you want to tell him?
I was lying.
Sucked in, Dave. I've got faith in
I feel
Sean.
gross, Dave. I feel gross
I've
now.
got faith in Sean.
We moved to Mel in Spearwood. Hello, Mel.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you too,
Friday, Mel.
Now, you can ask a question too if you want any further detail on one of our stories.
Sure. Nat, how much did you pay for this magnet?
Oh, here we go.
She doesn't know.
Oh, mate.
She doesn't know.
Swiss cheese,
Well,
this
it
story.
would have been in
Holes
Swiss
everywhere.
francs.
Oh,
Of course it
Oh,
was.
here we go.
And the price has come off.
Here we go.
Oh, the price come off.
It would have been like it was overpriced for what it was. So I'm going to say it was probably about $8, which is too much for a very simple thing.
Australian
But
dollars?
I bought some other things as well because I bought a fridge magnet from the Edmonton
But then again,
Winter Olympics because it was in the shape of a beaver.
All I'm saying, Mel, is who our age is out buying fridge magnets? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, really? Like,
Who our age is out finding them.
What do we go? I wasn't looking. Just looked down on the
Righto,
ground.
Mel, it's your call. Who's telling the truth and who's lying?
I think out of the two, Nat, I'd go with you.
Do you
That
think I'm
she's
telling
telling the
no?
truth?
She couldn't even
Yeah.
tell you the
That
price.
4-day story with all the details in the world.
And that I bought it 2 months before the Olympics.
Yes.
Do you have
Yeah,
children,
it's always
Mel?
a money-making thing.
Do you have
Yes,
children,
I do.
Mel? God, they've got the run of you, don't they?
Hey,
Or
Mel,
have they?
I was telling the truth. Mel, you've scored $1,000 thanks to Lindley Valley Pork. That's all yours, Mel. Well played.
Thank you so much. Thanks,
Tricky
guys.
tricks
Find
are right,
something
Mel.
and pick it up in a
If
car
I
park.
find something and pick it up. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Pick up things on the ground at Inglewood Coles car park.
Like all
The
the
pop
elaborate-
balloon story was true.
all the-
There was actually, I did see yesterday when I went to the shops, there was a pop balloon.
Well, you shouldn't
so
have
I
run
just
over that
incorporated
cloud.
that in case anyone was there and went, you know what, I saw that pop balloon.
of the 3 people that have seen that pop balloon. Like, yeah.
You always base, this is my thing, if anyone
tiny
that wants to
fragment of
lie,
truth.
you always, if you're going to lie, have a fragment of truth and reality to anchor it.
And if you're trying to cover up telling the truth, throw in a lot of detail.
Throw in some dates, confuse them.
Great game, everybody. Thanks for playing
There
all
you
week.
go.
We've had a great time.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Our favourite gardener. We won't even talk to another gardener.
No, we
He's
won't.
the only one in our lives. Gardening Australia returns 7:30 tonight on the ABC, Sean Channel 2.
Who?
And iView, Costa Georgiadis. Hello.
Sky High.
I love
Can't tell
Kanye.
the difference between you.
Yeah.
Gardening. Australia's back home.
Oh, it's like we're interviewing Yee himself.
Yeah, isn't it?
I take note of your advanced tune and that you picked that out with those specific details around gardening and me being pumped and digging it.
It's
Yeah.
by choice.
Digging it. I've got a bone to pick with you, Costa.
Oh,
Here we go. Straight off the mark.
Costa, you were here in Western Australia just a few weeks ago at the Nanup Gardening Festival.
Pretty full on.
And you didn't think to drop by and say hello to us in person?
No.
all right. Look, Your
weather,
Honour,
friend.
can I plead my case?
Oh,
You
barely.
can, you can,
yes.
but you know what? Step
Are
carefully.
you wearing a fake wig?
Well, I literally landed and it was like midday, and then I had to drive straight to Nanup to be there for the opening event. And then when I came back, I was there I was getting my op shop outfit and visited an artist that had submitted a portrait of me for the Bradleys out of ABC Brisbane
Right.
Prize.
Oh,
And then-
so we have to
and
draw
then-
you for you to come over?
Yeah.
All right, no worries.
and I got the red eye back, and so I was coming back through Perth at 10:30.
I know, it's like you planned it deliberately so you couldn't see
Because
it.
another way
Around
around that would be leave earlier.
Take a different flight.
or to leave later,
Leave later.
and then come and see your friends.
Yeah.
Costa. Bloody brilliant. Hey, Costa, did you enjoy the Logies the other
You
night? or
looked
is it-
amazing.
Yeah,
You looked
did.
amazing.
Oh, is it an event you have to go to?
No, look, I enjoy it for lots of reasons. First of all, that I put the Nanup Community Op Shop
Yes.
on my
On the
body
map.
and marched that jacket and shirt down the aisle.
God bless you.
So, but lots of people ask me, who dressed you? And I said, Nanup Community Op Shop. How's that for a line?
Yes.
And then I took that to the students, the Taste Cert 3 students, and they came up with the floral arrangement off the clothing. So it's really nice to be able to talk about different stuff like that. And I kind of look at it for what it is, which is this gathering of storytellers on different levels. And it's a kind of crazy night because you're seeing all these faces and people are coming up like they love the whole floral deal that I presented. And and you know, I take it for what it is, which is a chance to put the word out there about the stuff that we do. So and it's a solid day. Like I went, like the TAFE teacher, because there's no TAFE on a Sunday, the teacher puts it in. Like the students have made it on the Friday, and then she puts it in like at midday. And part of the brief was it's got to last for at least 17 hours. So I took it out at like 5:30 a.m. You know, so and it hadn't budged. So they did a great job, and you know, it's unreal to have conversation starters from left field and put what we love in that storytelling space and say, gardening stuff matters, you know?
Gardening stuff matters.
Something is different about me since we spoke last, Costa.
I'm a plant dad.
Oh, tell me.
I love
I'm
plants.
feeling
Water
a
them, sun
confession.
them, do a little dance.
I'm a plant dad. I'm a plant dad of so many plants.
In fact, Costa, he has come to work today dressed in green. That's how much.
Green hat, green jacket.
So I went from 0 plants, right? Oh no, I had one that was sort of just hanging on for dear life, and I thought, no,
That
you know
was
what?
given to you, that one,
was
yeah.
given to me, but that had lasted years.
Yeah.
But now
Through neglect.
I have I've got a total of probably I'd say 42 plants.
42 plants. This is commendable.
Thank you. I thought it was a numbers game, Costa. I thought, 42 plants. If half of them survive, that'll be a good day. But they're all surviving.
It's lucky you didn't have children.
It's amazing. I know that.
Yeah, I'll just lose it.
If half of them survive, it's good.
Yeah.
And I've even gone as far, Costa, as I've bought a electronic water meter thing so I can go around, because I got told that the biggest mistake people make with their plants is overwatering them. So I'm making sure that I know exactly what the moisture content is.
Where you could have just stuck your finger in?
No, Natalie, I need electronics. And then also, Costa, the other day, because I've got one of my plants, which is sort of like an outdoor plant. It is an outdoor plant, but I get full sun in the afternoon. I bought sunscreen for my plant, which now I put on the leaves.
Is that necessary, Costa?
Look, I'm not...
the red plants need it.
But I'm not about deflation in anything horticulture. But I must say, I think they may have seen you come.
No.
Hold it, ball.
I have to say, I trust it. It is Charmaine from Waldex, and she told me that you would need to, and even to the point where the other day I thought it might be getting a bit sunny, so I put a hat and a t-shirt on it.
From Waldex.
Got a slap, Costa.
Well, look, I'm not going to rain on that parade. I've never used such an approach, but I'm excited, and I need to make a plea to the listeners that I've appreciated the relationship I've had with this station.
Great.
But I believe that your new garden voice is right there. Sometimes you travel the world in search of what you need. You bring speak to people from the far side, from the east side.
Yeah,
when you now have your new voice of horticulture.
We're not breaking. Are you trying to break up with us by saying?
I'm feeling like that. My relevance could be just cancelled.
Oh, yes, it's integrating as we speak, clearly.
Swiped right.
Costa, can I say something that's upsetting me? And I spoke to these guys. We've been very windy here in Perth of late. And
the cauliflower pasta does that.
And the wind is just knocking my plants over left, right and centre. And I was saying to Sean and Natalie, plants live in the ground. So why, when I take them out of the ground and put them in the pot, why can they not survive? Why, you know what I mean?
Well,
why is the wind?
Can you explain wind?
Why is the wind too much? Oh, roots. Oh, roots.
I'm no expert.
Roots that anchor it to under the ground.
They don't grow into concrete.
Well, where were you the other day when you could have said roots?
She had to workshop it a bit.
Anyway, it's going really well. My place sort of does look like a garden centre at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if I was watching TV and a woman walked past with a basket looking through my stuff. Putting something in there.
Yeah, no, look, I'm enjoying this journey, and next visit, I'm coming to have a walk through your garden.
Don't you make empty promises
I would actually, because I've got a job for you, because there is one planter left, and it is a 3-story, it's a 3-layer multi-plant. Yeah, 3-tier multi-planter, and it probably fits 4 different plants in there. I don't know what to go in there, and I've left that blank for when you come to town, Costa.
All right, well, we can load up some So because for the listeners, I mean, they're hearing but they're not seeing. So we can do a bit of socials content. We can go live. I'm going to go live.
Yes.
On
live. It sounds like something that should be a segment on Gardening Australia, to be honest, doesn't it?
Well, if I do a recce, I'll do a recce and then I'll put it to the researchers and say, we've got to do this story because, we're going out to a whole new audience.
We are, and it's balcony people, people with balconies. That ticks
balcony people.
And I can just imagine your film crew coming around and just doing really close-ups of my plants with the lovely music behind it.
ECUs, MCUs, all the jargon, all the,
the whole lot.
We'll be there.
I know. This will get you another Loki.
This is going to be the shortest gardening segment of all time.
God,
I'm excited.
It'll be the first time the ABC tries to fill a segment with ads.
Put that there.
The missing piece of the puzzle for the gold Logie.
It is.
That's it, Costa.
If Larry Emder can win one, Costa, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Well, I'm chipping away.
Oh, you are.
Well, we love your work. As you know, we can't wait to watch another series of Gardening Australia, 7:30 tonight on the ABC and ABC iView. It's always a pleasure, Costa. Thank you.
Yeah, touch the scar.
What a treat. I love yarning with you guys.
Bye,
Have a
mate.
ripper, Costa.
Can't wait until you come and do my balcony. Woo! Balcony by
Thanks,
Costa.
mate.
Bye, buddy.
See you, brother.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
It's like we've got space royalty
We have.
in the studio. Welcome the first Australian female astronaut, Katherine Bennell-Pegg. Thanks for coming in, Katherine.
Thank you. Good morning.
We met you a few weeks ago,
We did.
but we spoke to you sort of from, you were over east somewhere, and we're like, when you come to Perth, we'd love for you to come in. And you actually did.
She's
Thank
the
you.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer of the stars. It's so amazing. I talked to you before you came in, and I said I love a powerful woman that is changing the landscape, and that's what you're doing right now. Australia has never been more interested or spoken about space more, and it's because of you.
Wow, thank you so much. I mean, it's so great to be here in Perth and get out across this city and across WA and meet many other powerful women and people working in space here. There's so much happening, and it's such a thrill to be here.
Katherine, we're very excited just to see you in your jacket at the moment. There's an Australian Space Agency on it. The badge is on it. And, when we've seen you on the news and when we spoke to you, I think you were wearing a jumpsuit. So I know these are basic questions. How many jumpsuits have you got? And have you got a whole heap of merch that I would imagine if people come over your house, you'd be trying to steal something?
I'd steal something from your house.
Oh, I have 2 jumpsuits and 1 jacket, but they're so comfy. It's like wearing PJs all day. So
This is my thing.
any
It's like
excuse,
a snuggie,
honestly.
basically. It's like a onesie. It's like a onesie.
It's a onesie with lots of pockets and, with the Australian Space Agency logo on it, which is amazing, and the Aussie flag on the shoulder, which makes me very proud. So, it's an honour to wear that.
Now, I didn't realise, and this is the thing about space exploration, having an Aussie, with a chance to go up into space is so huge because it makes students go, wait, that could be me. Because right now I don't feel like Australians feel like they're in with a shot.
No, agreed.
Joseph Banks Secondary College here in Perth, they've done a $20 million building fit-out with a purpose-built space centre here in Perth. Did you know that?
Phenomenal. I'm getting out there today to speak to the students, and I can't wait.
Wow.
I love speaking to students and I'm fascinated by their curiosity. 7 out of 10 Aussie kids want to be astronauts, which blows my mind and shows the power space can have to help draw more young people through to STEM careers that, quite frankly, we need in this country to help solve the
that's
greatest
right, because even if
challenges.
they don't go to space, there's still a lot of science supporting it,
Hugely,
that can make a big difference.
And some kids are pulled through to STEM careers because they love space and look around and find they like ocean science, and that's great too. You can. It's a gateway to all kinds of science.
And Katherine, what gives you? You've done all the training and you're an astronaut. When do you know that you're a chance to go to space? How does it work? How do you get on the tap on the shoulder? Is there a list?
So there's about 100 active astronauts with the qualification I have worldwide, and Australia is the only country that's not a space station partner nation to have a professional astronaut. So it's wonderful to have this opportunity. So I've just graduated from 13 months of basic astronaut training, and it's at the end of that I can call myself now an astronaut, ready for being assigned a mission to the space station or beyond. But
Who picks the missions?
So the International Space Station and the Moon are the two destinations that humans usually go to today, and there's a big international panel that determines mission assignments, but ultimately it's up to your country to decide if they want to have a science program, an education program, and the astronaut go forward with that.
I do feel like you're going to get up there soon though, because we're in Eurovision, Australia.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got no right to be there,
That's true.
Because I think they wanted to include Australia, and I think Australia. I think you're going to go up soon.
Well, Australia's absolutely punching above its weight in space, and so we're continuing that trend. And when I was in Europe this year, I very felt much like I was in Eurovision with all the Europeans I was training with. But no, it's a great opportunity, and I'm very honoured to have this chance.
Now, the big story in space at the moment, of course, is the two astronauts who are stranded up there. So we're watching that going, oh, that seems awful. They thought they were going for a week, and they really don't know when they're coming back, but it's sometime in 2025. The reality is these things can happen, and you can be... How do you get your head around that? Because that's a long time. They're up there for a long, long time.
Yeah, being an astronaut is a job that involves risks. And as part of our training and selection, we learn how to deal with uncertainty. We go through how we would manage all of the different risk scenarios that could happen. And one of them for these two crew members was that they would be in space for a much longer period of time. And so while they're up there, they're prepared with plenty of food, and they're contributing as the science and as active members of the crew.
How much food is there? At what point does it run out? Because presumably it's not an endless supply.
There's resupply frequently going up there on a bus stop schedule.
So
plus they've got reserves. So there's a lot of food up there.
So they can't jump on one of those and go back?
No, I'm afraid not. Those ones burn up in the atmosphere after they're used. But
no, it's just a guy on a moped.
Yeah.
So, Katherine, just for us, how many times, because we only know that people go up there every so often, but how many times does an unmanned ship head up to the space?
It's relatively frequent. There's a number of different vehicles. Well, every 3 months, you've usually got a new human crew going up, and interspersed with that is a supply ships, which aren't just about food and water and air, but they're also full of scientific experiments and things like that go up. And when they come back down and burn up in the atmosphere, they take the waste away, like astronaut poo, for example.
Yeah, right.
Now, so the two stranded astronauts that are up there now, the female seems to not have packed a scrunchie. In every single video shot, her hair is everywhere. Do you have to tie your hair back?
Is there a standard issue scrunchie as part of the uniform?
Do you have to? Because think about it, with food safety you do for hygiene,
yes.
but then I was thinking hair getting in buttons and stuff.
I think it's part of the fun of it to have wild hair up there. But gosh, it would be hard to brush out. But you've got to be really careful with stuff like that. Like things like cutting your nails.
Yes.
If you don't catch the nails, they might end up in your mate's eye.
Yes.
You can't eat food that crumbs.
No crumbs, no cake.
No cake. If
no
there's
sponge.
crumbs, if it's nice and like
cake, like a mud cake?
like a mud cake could be pretty good.
But
Chocolate
like a
mousse is
sponge,
up
no.
there. Yeah, that'd be dangerous. There's no kind of powdered salt and pepper.
Yeah, right.
But there's liquid forms. So
Cracked black pepper.
No,
I wouldn't be able to go.
Nathan's out.
I have
He's
it on
out.
everything.
dreams over.
I can't remember if we asked you this before. There's no showering. Is there showering?
No showering in space, and usually an astronaut's up there for 6 months at a time, but you do have sort of a wet wipe situation.
Yeah.
And you can wash your hair and
the
towel
first
it off.
shower must be good.
But you're all in it together.
Yeah. So on that,
the wet wipe situation is what teenage boys do.
Yes,
If that.
it's a camping thing as well. But when this situation where there's the two astronauts up there, do they teach you skills? Like, what if you just have a falling out? Do they teach you skills psychologically on how to get along in these scenarios?
Yeah, human behaviour and performance training, it's called, is a big part of our training. And it's about how do you build teams quickly, build trust in a team. And when you go to space, you've trained with those people usually for a couple of years beforehand, and you've ironed out all of those issues. And it's kind of like having housemates you can't escape from living in a caravan for 6 months. So it's really important for safety
like the Big
and
Brother house,
productivity.
isn't it?
It is. There's a lot of cameras up
Except
there.
nobody gets voted out.
Do you have any TV?
On Friday nights on the space station, there's often a movie night.
Amazing.
But my question for that is, do you have Netflix? Can you stream up there? Do you have the internet? Can you go online and buy something on Amazon?
Yeah, you don't have sort of real-time internet in that way, but there is like Wi-Fi in the station, and people upload, movies and newspapers to relax. Often while you're in the gym, up there 2 hours a day to keep your bones and muscles healthy.
Yeah.
So that's part of your relaxation and your team bonding.
But you can't access your Netflix. So you can't go up there with an iPad and then press Netflix.
No, it's not just like that. But you can call home with video calls once a week and things.
And are they watching your data, or are you allowed to make as many calls as you want?
You're sharing the data with scientific experiments, so it's kind of managed. So there's a lot of good work done up there.
You must say at some point, hang the signs, I want to FaceTime my dog, right?
Well, because if on Earth you can get unlimited data from IONet, I don't know why you can't get it up there.
Yeah. Because you're closer to the satellite, right?
Yeah, you are. But yeah, there's incredible
Starlink,
science done up there that needs that data too.
I got you.
Joined in the studio by Australia's first female astronaut, Katherine Bennell-Pegg.
We've just been talking about our love of a show, and I mentioned last time we spoke to you, which is For All Mankind, and I really urge everyone to watch it. Right. It's on Apple TV. It's amazing. It posits the world where the space race never ended because Russia beat America to the moon, and then because of America's hubris, they went, no, we've got to keep going. And every season it jumps 10 years, isn't it? Into the future?
Yeah, about 10 years.
10 years into the future. And I was just asking you, because there's a space tourism sort of series, one of the seasons, and then it's done with the hotel sort of spinning, creating a false gravity. And I was like, is that really... Would that work?
It would absolutely work. No one's made a space station like that in reality yet, but let's see what the future holds. It's a super exciting time. There are new space stations being developed at the moment to replace the International Space Station, and also a space station out near the moon. And so all those designs are being progressed at the moment, and artificial gravity can actually help you understand the effects of microgravity with controls and help humans live and work in space longer.
Amazing. A lot of the talk over the last couple of years is that we're going to make a trip to Mars at some stage. We met a couple of guys, or a guy from West Australia, put his name in a lotto, if you like, and that was, of course, you wouldn't make it back down. How close are we getting to be able to then have that launching pad from the moon to be able to get to Mars? You're at the forefront.
Oh, it depends on our level of commitment to pursuing that goal. And, to have humans walk on another planetary body would just be absolutely one for the ages and phenomenal. But there are a lot of technological leaps that have to be overcome to get humans there and back safely.
It's a really long way for starters, isn't it?
It's a long way, and it would be, a long time away from home and how your body would react. And you also need a rocket to get off Mars and get back to Earth, which is a big challenge, because to get onto the surface of Mars today, even with a large rover, it's called 7 minutes of terror for it to descend through the Martian atmosphere, because it's so risky and hard to land. But there's great science you can do there, so it's worthy of the pursuit.
All right, let's talk about something that I don't know if you have an answer for, but let's see. You're being trained with every single scenario, right? What if there is a knock on the door at the International Space Station and you look out and there is an alien?
Oh, my goodness.
Are you
polite of them to knock, for starters?
Are you taught? Or if you're at the space station and you see a vessel, because, we all hear about UFOs and stuff like that. Are you taught first contact, or is that not even taught? Is that not even thought
That's
of?
not something they taught us in basic astronaut training. Perhaps you have to be more than a rookie. However, we did study astrobiology.
Yes.
So that was the study of, life off Earth, whether that's life from Earth or life from other planets, because that can teach us about, how to make life more resilient on Earth. Like, statistically, there are aliens out there. The universe is huge.
Yes.
All the ingredients out there are the ingredients that make up life. Every star we look around, we're seeming to find planets almost at the moment.
And what we think is life, we're thinking it's someone with their arms and legs and stuff like that, but life could be something so tiny and microscopic.
It's like, how would we communicate with it? But if little green men came and knocked on the space station, I'd probably call mission control and say, am I dreaming? What experiment have you put me on in my food? But honestly, I think if I was to meet an astronaut in space, an astronaut from another world in space, my question would be, how did you get here? Where did you come from? Imagine what the answer would tell us.
But because you wouldn't really even... Because I watch a lot of sci-fi, and I don't know whether you do as well, but straight away you have to think about, will I contaminate them, or they contaminate me, all that sort of stuff. So I just don't know whether
That's
you
right.
guys...
There's a field called planetary protection. So when we send rovers to Mars, for example, we don't want to put Earth-based life on Mars, because if we find life there, we want to really be able to know it's Martian.
Yes.
So it's an important field, and that helps us to learn how to, keep things sterile here on Earth too, with different techniques like UV lighting.
God, you're intelligent.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by intelligent people in my day job to learn
I mean, not at the moment, obviously.
That's the problem with us. We're not.
Catherine, I just want to go back to your training again. I was listening to someone who was practicing G-forces and getting used to G-forces, and they went like on levels. They went to number 1, and then this person spewed in the back of the cockpit as they were driving. And some people can go to 7, 8 and deal with the G-forces. Do you get taught that, and do you practice that, and what level can you go to?
Yeah, so when you see a centrifuge, so someone sitting in like a seat or a cage at the end of a long arm spinning around and round, that's part of training for pilots and astronauts. But pilots have the force like pulling from their head to their feet. Astronaut, it's like an elephant sitting on your chest. The force goes front to back because you lie on your back in the capsule to launch and re-enter. So we did that, and we spun up to 6G and went through the profile of a launch and a re-entry. And, you know, you weigh 6 times yourself, and you have to learn to breathe with your shoulders rather than your chest.
Oh, so you're physically moving your shoulders up and down so that your lungs can expand.
Yeah, and then we just got used to that. And the next stage would be to like fly a simulator under those conditions, so you can be confident that you're capable of doing it. But when I did it, it was amazing because it was quite dark, and you could really imagine yourself in that capsule.
Like, here we go.
And like you could see our classmates, there were 6 of us going one after the other. You could see us on the big screen before it was your turn, and we just had the biggest smiles on our faces. We're all absolutely loving it. Although afterwards I was so dizzy, I walked hard into a pole after maybe it did affect me.
She gets done with a breathalyzer. There's some drunk driving in space.
Are you doing gym stuff for that?
Yeah, so we do a fair bit of gym work. So it's important, like, to be fit for your career on the ground, to get through all the training. The training's intense. There's lots of survival training and so on. But also in space, you do 2 hours a day of training, and you need to know.
Because bone loss is the real risk, isn't it? That with no gravity, you start to.
It's one of many risks.
Yeah.
Actually, there's quite a lot of things that happen to your body in microgravity, which means that astronauts are medical guinea pigs for all this really interesting research, like osteoporosis, as you say. In space, you lose bone mass at the 6 to 7 times the rate of a postmenopausal woman. So it's a lot, which means that particularly female astronauts can really be part of the research for osteoporosis on Earth.
Now, a very exciting opportunity for all kids and adults, to be honest. There's Ask an Astronaut this Sunday at Boulevard Up Museum, where they can ask you anything, just like we have been. And our producer, Amy, has got 2 beautiful children. And
They're 5 and 7.
They were lying in bed last night, and they wanted to ask you a question. So is this from James?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is from James. How old is James?
5.
5. James is 5.
Oh, lovely.
Why is space so far away, and why do you have to wear a bowl over your head?
Bowl, that's a great question.
It's a brilliant question. Space is 100 kilometres above us, you know.
So it's not far at all.
It's not that far. It's about an hour sitting in a car.
That's all. So it's about the same distance to Mandurah.
Yeah, it only takes a few minutes to get up there on the top of the rocket, and the height that space is from us, that's due to the density of air in our atmosphere and our
so
gravity.
we're going through mud, like going through thick mud. That's why it's harder to get up there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to fight the force of gravity to get up there, and when you get up there, you have to wear a bowl on your head so that you still have air around you to breathe, because there's no air in space.
But where does the fish go? Great question. Did you just hold the fish in your hand?
But it's handy if you have to make a
There have
salad.
been fish in space before.
Oh, have there?
There have been.
How'd they go?
Not great.
Probably not so great, but they probably enjoyed the view. I've seen a beautiful picture of a fish looking out of a window in the rocket in space, but it's just the way their buoyancy works can be studied, and they go on parabolic 0G flights as well to understand that, and then come back and have a happy life.
Well, James will be very happy with that. We've got now a question from Charlotte.
Why did you want to be an astronaut, and what do you want to see in space?
Charlotte, I wanted to be an astronaut ever since I was a little kid. I used to love looking at the stars, and I wanted to go explore them. And, you know, should I go to space, I would love to explore things that people have never explored before. Humans are going back to the moon to live and work there, which would be amazing. But also to look back at Earth would be really incredible. And, you know, in one view you can see all of the humans that are alive today. It's like, hello, my 8 billion friends down there. And you can see that there's no borders between countries, and our planet is very beautiful and very precious.
You know what? You are so good. Like, you know those questions where you ask who would you have at a dinner party?
Yeah.
You're one of my seats.
You want Katherine on that.
You're one of my seats.
Hey, Katherine, who will bring dessert?
Who are you actually employed by and paid from?
So I work for the Australian Space Agency. I've worked for them for a number of years, looking at growing space capability across Australia, and I work with a really fantastic team there. Being an astronaut, the closest analogy, I suppose, is like being a government scientist or a test pilot for defence. So you provide a service to your country with your skills, and your country contributes that internationally to the global ecosystem.
A lot of us and a lot of people listening have got contracts with their workplaces. Hey, this is your yearly thing or a couple of years.
Yeah.
Do you have to go through that?
Yeah, so I mean, I just continue with the contract I already had, which is an ongoing
Do you get
contract.
to negotiate it? No, I want another 20 for this. And
We haven't got to that point yet. Is my boss listening?
Well, look, we have loved having you in. You are welcome here anytime. Because, as you can see, we have a lot of
very
questions.
excited.
So, Bullabada Museum this Sunday for the Ask an Astronaut Anything. And you're doing a fair bit of stuff around Perth as well, aren't you?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm seeing so much that's happening here. Like, there were 3 satellites deployed from the space station last night. I got out and saw that team, and been out at SKA Low speaking to the local technicians and communities and kids. It's really a pleasure. Today I'm going to the International Space Centre to see researchers there for plants in space and optical comms and astronaut health, and there's so much happening in WA. It's unbelievable.
Can I say that you, I think, will be the reason why a lot of kids will become astronauts.
You're a great
here.
ambassador.
I honestly do believe that, so well done.
You're a space ambassador. Well
Thank
done.
you. An honour to have this chance.
Katherine Bennell-Pegg, everybody.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We are having some significant technical difficulties at the moment. We're now doing basically an analogue show. We can't run any of our competitions at the moment.
No, we can't now.
So
Nathan said, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
and I
Nathan
agree with him.
Bailed. Hello, Nathan.
I don't see why this show is continuing if we can't do the show.
well, Nathan, you just take us back a few years when the place was nearly burning down.
Was
we continued.
on fire, so you know.
You're right. I know, but when the capabilities of actually broadcasting the show are taken away from us, it's the age-old thing. When you're standing on a canyon screaming into the distance and no one can hear you, what's the point? Let's just put on a tape, call it a day, get you guys in your car so you can experience this absolute nightmare traffic. Is this what people are dealing with every day?
Yes,
absolutely,
Nathan. Yes. Like, you know how you recently discovered wind? Well, now you're just discovering traffic.
It's crazy. Like, honestly, a little bit of water on the ground and people just turn into the simplest of folks. I'm in the tunnel right now. I just saw 2 people angrily tooting their horns at each other just before.
Yes.
Like a real road rage situation there. But I think that's because they wanted to be able to experience a child answering questions. On our show.
I know.
Gonna have to hold off on that
Poor
for the meantime.
Elijah is just standing by. Might have to take that out of school at this stage.
But Nate, for everybody.
Sean?
I was going to say, for everybody out there who missed you a couple of minutes ago, single life can be difficult at times. And that,
well, we don't have a wife at home to wait for people to turn up.
No, so you dealt with this just a couple of days ago.
I had a dryer delivery a couple of days ago, and they're like, it could have come at any time during the day, and the window they gave me was 7:35 to 10:35 in the morning.
So for you, Nate?
Now, this is the most frustrating thing. So, of course, I'm going home because I'm getting my MBN put on today. But the most frustrating thing about it is that my next-door neighbour, Marnie, because we were on the same internet, she's changed into IONet as well. So she's got... she ended up scheduling her appointment as well. But she said to them, by the way, my next-door neighbour is going to be getting his internet put on Friday. They've scheduled her next week. So the guy's got to come out and do the same address days later.
Yes.
What for?
No, they're different job numbers. Don't worry, I've been through this before as well. Different job numbers, so it's not possible. It's not possible, Nathan. It's not possible.
Isn't that crazy? So that was the case. Marnie would have been at home because Marnie's my pseudo apartment for wife.
Yes.
Yeah, but the technicians wouldn't get double the call-out fee, you see?
That's right. Yeah, that as well.
That's what I think. Maybe the technicians like that. Is this what the rest of the show is going to be like? Just random dribbling shit?
Absolutely.
Well, in the absence of being able to play any competitions, Merrick Watts is going to swing by in about half an hour's time, and we're somebody's peddling in the basement.
Half an hour earlier.
Yeah.
I think we need him.
I know. Good times, everybody. All
See you,
right.
mate.
We'll try and go to news or something. We don't know.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Who's smarter?
Let's go.
Who asks more questions than Nathan, Nat and Sean? Kids do. Feed their curiosity and find the answers together with sites you can touch, hear and see at SciTech.
Being smarter never felt so good, especially when you could win yourself $1,000 plus a family pass to SciTech.
All you got to do is win our quiz. Today's kid is Elijah. Hang on, here we go. Elijah, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Elijah. Now, we're not going to talk about your subject of
No.
choice just yet. We don't want to scare all the adults away. But do you enjoy this subject, and how do you go normally at school?
Yeah, I enjoy math and
You just gave it away.
What year are you in, Elijah?
I'm in year 9.
Year 9, okay.
Elijah,
All right.
you champion.
Yes. Okay. Do you reckon you've got what it takes to beat an adult at this?
Yep.
All right. Well,
All right.
adults, you heard it. If you want to take him on and potentially win $1,000 plus a family pass to SciTech, now would be a great time to call. Fingers crossed, it's working. We're getting there. We're scrabbling back to full service. It's time for a round of Who's Smarter. Up for grabs. We've got $1,000 cash plus a SciTech family pass up for the grabs. Currently, the score is at 2-2 between the kids and the adults.
Well, we've got an adult who wants to be a part of this now, and that's Rebecca from Ellenbrook. G'day, Rebecca.
Hi guys, how are you all?
We are one. Things are going
we're struggling
shit here.
this morning, Beck, but we're sauntering on because we're heroes. We don't like to go on about it. Beck, you're taking on Elijah, who is in year 9. Elijah, do you want to tell Beck officially what today's subject is?
Today's subject is math.
Maths, okay. Elijah.
How do you feel about maths, Rebecca?
I think maybe, hopefully, I've got a bit of a chance. I've got 3 little ones in school, so hopefully I have a fair idea.
All right. What age groups are they, Rebecca?
Pardon?
What age groups are your kids?
7, 6 and 4.
7, 6 and 4.
So they're not up to year 9 level yet, though, are they?
No, not yet.
All right.
I think this is one of the subjects you forget them quickest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're not using it every day, are you? Okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to ask a question. If you know the answer, buzz in with your name. If you get it right, you take the point for that round. You get it wrong, we'll give your opponent a crack at it. It is the best of 5. May the best person win. Let's test your buzzers. Elijah. Rebecca. They're working.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go with question 1. What do you call the longest side of a triangle?
Hypotenuse. Elijah, hypotenuse.
Amy. I don't think either of them buzzed in, did they? No. So Elijah said his name first. All right, Elijah, what's your answer?
Hypotenuse.
Yes, it is.
Okay, just
All right.
remember the names are your buzzers.
You've got to buzz in with your name. Okay.
Good start, 1-0.
Elijah needs 1-0. Question number 2. Expressed as a percentage, what is 4/5?
Elijah.
Elijah?
80.
80% is correct. Strong start.
Oh, hey, Rebecca, how are you going there?
Not good.
Hey, we've seen bigger comebacks. Stephen Bradbury won a gold medal, mate.
That's true.
People fall over.
I'm hoping.
Exactly.
Here we go with question number 3. An 8-pack of cinnamon scrolls cost $24.80. What is the price per scroll?
Rebecca.
Rebecca?
310.
Oh, she pulled that from nowhere.
What a great mum.
Well done.
She knows the prices of a cinnamon scroll.
Okay, Elijah leads
Budget,
2-1.
Well done,
exactly.
for sure.
That was some mum math going
Yeah,
on
that was
right
great.
there. Okay, question number 4. To 2 decimal points, what is pi?
Elijah, 3.14.
Elijah's done it, everybody. There it goes. He's taking it out. The kids have won.
Just like that.
Beck, you knew the mum maths question, though.
Yeah,
so
you're awesome there.
Clearly, you're using maths every day. Elijah, you've scored $1,000 cash plus a SciTech family pass. That is all yours.
Thank you.
What are you going to spend the grand on, Elijah?
An Xbox.
Oh, come on.
Now we're talking.
Hey, what's an Xbox these days? 500-600? What are they? Or are they more?
Last time I saw one, I think it was 550.
All right.
All right. Well,
mate, Xbox,
you got to
let's
get some
go,
change.
brother.
Enjoy that. Well played. You've done well, and
Off
you've
to school.
done the kids proud.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We're back in our proper studio. We feel just a lot more comfortable, don't we, Harry?
About an hour ago, I played a particular piece of audio that crashed everything. Should we play it again?
See what happens.
Okay. Here we
Katherine Bennell-Pegg was in the studio. This was your ending.
I can't believe that was an hour ago.
That
It
was
2
an
minutes.
hour ago.
2 minutes ago, it feels
Far
like.
out.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens now.
I think we're back. Or should we really crash this ship off the road?
Well, we've got
let's
Merrick
drive
joining
off
us
the street.
shortly.
Oh, nice.
So if we have Merrick in here in a cardboard box, then it's over you.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Nathan's gone home. He's got the NBN guys coming, it's the whole thing. But we have a man sitting in his seat.
No, really?
Really. Merrick Watts, welcome back.
Hey, Merrick.
Yeah, oh, thanks, guys.
I know,
That's me clapping.
The crowd's gone wild.
That is me clapping on my own.
You look amazing, by the way. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so Nathan and Nat, both being single people, they've had...
We don't have wives at home to wait for tradesmen.
Yeah.
So I had a dryer being delivered, and you know how they give you a window? And I'm like, I have most of the day free. Surely the dryer's going to come in the afternoon. No, 7:35 to 10:35.
What a dumb company. You wanted a dryer and they gave you a window?
Yes.
Like, just very clearly, I want a dryer. Oh, man. Sorry.
Gold.
Sorry, it's Father's Day on Sunday, and I've opened up the toolkit there, so you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So Nathan's getting his NBN done at some stage this morning,
Is
but
that,
they kicked
is that a
off...
type of hairstyle? Is that where they bleach his hair? He's getting his NBN done?
Yeah, shows at the back.
Good on him.
It's good to have you back,
It's
Merrick.
great to be here. Thank you very
What's
much for
been
having me
going
in the studio.
on? So you're here doing some shows.
Yes.
So we'll get the plugs out of the way
Get
first.
the
What do you
plugs
reckon?
out. Oh, painful.
Sorry.
Shows at the Record Bite, An Idiot's Guide to Wine, Volume 2, whatever, sold out shows, whatever.
Moshchicks.com.au, yeah, but selling fast. Most of the
Tonight
shows sold out.
sold out. Tomorrow night sold out. There are some tickets for the matinee at 2 p.m. That's the
matinee.
best time to go drinking, by
Yeah,
the way.
absolutely.
Day drinking's amazing. Last time I was here in Perth, I did a show. It was sold out. It was 12 p.m. at the Record Bite, completely sold out. We started the show at 11:55. What are you doing, Perth? Like, there's people with coffee in their hands. I go, are you all right? And they're going, no, I'm ready to roll into this drinking thing. Let's do it.
This is great. It's because it's Saturday.
Yeah,
That's
it's
clever.
stuff. That's it. By 4 p.m, I was throwing a bin through a window on Northbridge. It's a good time.
That's
Same
the
old,
perfect thing
same
to
old.
do. Mate, you look amazing. So you've come in here with a suit, and when we saw you on the video cameras, we didn't know who was coming in.
It's James Bond. That's what you
We
thought.
thought it was one of our senior executives had flown in from Sydney to fire somebody.
As if they dress this well. As if they can afford this suit. They can't, because I took all the money from Nova years ago. It's not left.
Yeah, you know what?
I took it all.
We're still feeling that.
You know what? We've been feeling so lately. When we had our mid-season break, Nat went up to Vietnam. She got all these wonderful clothes,
Yes.
right? And she's bringing it
up
all
there.
the time, every day. Now you're bringing it. The only thing I could muster last week was I went and bought this jumper for $80. I got 20% off.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good looking jumper. What is it? Or was it say Florence? Is that-
Florence.
Yeah, it's
As
good.
in John.
What's John? Is John
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 Florence.
But it was on sale, so I thought, okay, I'll try to lift to Natalie's level.
So you bought it because it was on sale. I'll just give you my mum's phone number and you guys can chat about buying things on sale. Mum would love to
So
chat
to be
about
clear, this grey hoodie is you lifting?
Yeah, I thought it was an opportunity to lift, and this is the level I've got to at this point in time.
Nah, mate, you're all right. I think you're doing okay. Nat, you're very well dressed.
Thank you.
You've turned out very nicely today.
Thank you.
And all these years of Breakfast Radio at this level too, working at this and such a high rating show for so many years, and you don't look like you're burnt out. Like you can.
Oh no, I am.
I mean, Sean.
I just don't look like it.
You're doing a great
No
job.
mirrors at my house, mate, I can tell you.
I can see. That's evident. Absolutely evident.
So is there an example of what life can be like post-breakfast radio?
Yeah, well, I still do breakfast radio hours. I still wake up at I was up at 4 this morning.
See, this mystifies me. That given the choice, you are still doing this. Is this what SAS Australia did to you?
100%. It damaged me mentally in so many ways. Like, everyone goes, wow, you really benefited. You've become a real weapon. I'd like to be asleep now if it's possible, but I can't.
Are you just constantly terrified someone's going to throw a bag over your head and berate you?
It's constant. When I came off SAS Australia, this is absolutely true, right? So I was on 2 weeks on the show. If you haven't seen it, it's brutal. Anyway, after 2 weeks of being on the show, I came home and every single night for a week, I would wake up at least 4 times in pouring the sweat, waiting for somebody to kick down the door and come into the room. It took a week and a million prescribed drugs from the doctors
Yes.
to bring me down, because I was like a rogue rhino there for a while. But then again, I was like that before I went on the show.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just need
And
to be
to be
sedated.
fair, you made it all the way through. So you fulfilled
I
that.
didn't make it all the way through. I won it.
Barely mentioned it.
What semantics.
So, Mary, when you got up this morning, did you put the wheels on and go for a run or something?
I went to the gym this morning. Yeah, but I'm going to go and do a park run tomorrow, I reckon. I'm going to have a crack at a park run here in Perth. Yeah, I want to get out there and have a little bit of a
Yeah,
trot.
nice.
Yeah, and then I'm going to head down to Freo, I think, and have a look around and go see some friends, catch up
They
with
do
some
a
people.
park run in Freo down at South Beach. You
Yeah,
could do it there.
it's a great spot. So, yeah, out and about, getting active. So I usually exercise in the morning, bit of meditation, do that work. It's good for your brain.
Yeah, I know. I've been reading a lot about it, the breath work and stuff like that.
Sean could do with that.
You got to have the patience, though.
No, I don't have the patience. I just pretend I do. Because if I say I meditate to people, they just go, wow, he's really switched on.
Do you do speed
Because otherwise people
meditating?
just go,
Like-
speed meditating? I never do speed and meditate. Never. No. I mean, I'll go out to a party or something,
it's
sure, but
efficient.
not meditating. It seems counterintuitive.
Gets it over and done with faster.
I haven't even had a coffee this morning. This is what I'm like. I know.
Far out.
This is
It's
I'm going
mind-boggling.
to go and have like a double espresso after this, and then I'll probably, I don't know, take a rocket ship to the moon. So
We
that's
had an
what I imagine.
astronaut in earlier, so yeah.
We did actually.
Stop that off.
Stop bragging. I know. I saw the moonscape behind me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is that for me? No, it's not for you. It's for an astronaut. Somebody who benefits the community. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, you talk about wine. That benefits the community.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Time for us to get out of here. We've worked hard today in the face of technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's been a mission, particularly for Harry, who's been pressing the buttons. Harry, how are you going, mate? Because it was pretty
Do you need
stressful
a
there
hug?
for an hour.
It's not my first rodeo experiencing
That's true.
this kind of.
That's true.
Is it
kind of
rodeo
issue.
or rodeo?
Rodeo.
It's Rodeo Drive, but it's rodeo. It's radio. It's a radio.
It's a rodeo. Yeah.
Are you going to have a beer this afternoon just to bloody knock yourself out?
This afternoon, as soon as I hit the off-air button on this side of things and Ross takes over, I'm going to the fridge. Yeah, let's go.
Let's drag that out a little bit more. Hey, I just remembered, I probably should have plugged this earlier. Tomorrow night, Oasis Comedy Club, which is at the Brisbane Hotel. I'm doing a little gig. So I'm in the lineup. Frankie Rosethorn is the headline, and Matt Storer, who works here at Nova with us as well. He's on the lineup too.
Oh, they were all great. No, I'm
8
really
o'clock
proud of
tomorrow
doing
night.
this.
So
This is great.
if you've got nothing else to do, come down. It'll be fun.
Have you workshopped? I know you were. Everyone. A lot of people got to see you with Joel Creasy. So have you workshopped something, or is this fresh
so
gear?
I'm working on some gear that a section of the material I did with Joel, and then adding on to that with some new gear.
Good on you, mate.
Oh, thanks, mate. Hi, Ross.
Hello, and I believe you're a bit more liberal with the words you use in these.
Oh, you'll hear me say things that you can't say on the radio for sure.
Well, yeah, the things we hear you say every day when the mics just go off.
So, yeah, you won't be surprised.
You're
by
not
anything
shocked,
that I say,
Ross.
but,
Yeah. Well, good luck with it.
Thanks.
And let's hope this button works. Here we go. Yeah. We're in. My problem from
Harry's
here.
out.
Go get that beer, Harry.
Slamming of a door.
See you guys.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.